Thank you, Honorable Chairman, for giving me this opportunity. I rise to support the motion of amendment to the motion of thanks to the Governor's address, jointly moved by me and the Honorable Member from Mawson Ramsar. While listening to the members from the Treasury bench, sir, I was sitting here and pinching myself as to realize whether I'm in Meghalaya or not, sir, based on the praises and the heaped by them on the government. I cannot fathom as to what issues and problems they are trying to hide from the people. It is for us to get realistic, sir, as representatives and responsible members. We should also not forget the problems that are plaguing the state and fulfill our responsibilities towards transparency and accountability and ensuring that governance is set straight in the state, sir. Sir, at the outset, I also like to thank the Honorable Governor for fulfilling his obligation to this august House and to the people of our state. We wish him good health as he continues to serve our people. At the outset, sir, I'd like to thank the government in trying its best to show its achievements. It is its responsibility and duty, fulfilling the obligations and our constitutional duties, and to ensure that the aspirations of the people are met. However, what could be concluded from the Governor's address, sir, is that the state government has been highlighting a lot on infrastructure development. Yes, it's true. Successive governments have pushed infrastructure and its development to the core to ensure that people get the maximum out of the resources that have been earmarked from the state, for the state, sir. However, regretfully, sir, visible work in areas of employment, health, education, farming sector, addressing the domestic crime, addressing the drug menace in the state, amongst others, are areas which we would like to highlight and draw the attention of the government. Many sectors have not got much attention from the government, sir, which affect the bread and butter of the economically challenged citizens. The livelihoods of the common man needs much attention, sir. Unemployment has been the biggest problem of our youths. Many youths are jobless. There has been no convincing effort to show how this issue is being addressed, sir. There has been numerous vacancies while we've been talking that over the past 4 years, sir, right from 2019, nearly 6,000 vacancies were there. And today, when the start question came, the government was not able to produce the answers before us, or before this august House and the people of the state, as to how many existing vacancies are there, because the reply that came was that information was being collected. The government is not in a manner or in a state to tell the people how many vacancies are there when a question is being raised in this august House, sir. However, going by the Honorable Home Minister's own admission on vacancies in the Home Department that have been unfilled, which has weakened the department in fulfilling its obligations and duties towards the people. So thousands of vacancies are there, but then again, the attempt to fill them up has been slow. Vacant posts are making the departments defunct, sir, and their services are curtailed. Sir, I have continuously been highlighting the problems of contractual workers, the wages that have been paid to them. Where we are seeing, sir, the wages that are being paid to the workers that have been engaged on contract basis, the wages are below the Minimum Wages Act, sir. The working days have been reduced. They are still not provided with any health, maternity, and provident fund benefits. Sir, one observation is that when the government has been talking about the skill development program, the program implementing agencies engaged by the government, they are employing youths, giving them jobs at mere 3,000, 4,000, 6,000 rupees, violating the Minimum Wages Act. The PIAs that have been engaged in the various development programs of the government for skill development, they are violating the law in the state, sir. Central government offices, we've been talking about the problems of our daily wage earners engaged by the central government offices, sir. There also the same problem of minimum wages. There also there's the same problem of the number of working days being curtailed. And to add on to this problem, sir, the district councils have been giving trading licenses to agencies from outside the state who are engaged by the central government offices as contract laborers. These contractors who are engaging youths as third parties to be employed in the central government offices, they are violating the law and depriving the youths of their rights, sir. Muster rolls, the payments have been irregular. They've had several meetings with the government, but then again, their issues and their benefits are not even been addressed. So what is happening in the state is lack of opportunities, employment opportunities, educational opportunities. Just recently, the youths have been questioning the reservation policy, especially with regard to the education sector. The number of youths have grown. The number of youths who have passed well in the exams have grown, but then the number of seats have remained the same. So therefore, sir, this is an insult to their intellect. This is an insult to their hard work. Youths from economically challenged backgrounds are not able to get a seat in either as an engineer or a doctor or any other profession, because the stagnancy in the number of seats are not being able to curtail to the aspirations of the youths right now, sir. As we all know, sir, all our youths have to take part in the national exams, in the entrance exams like NEET and JEE. But then there is no system that will be able to support the youths, that will be able to give them a chance, especially the ones who do not have the financial strength to go for coaching classes. Sir, they have been left to fight on their own. The youths who are willing to go ahead and have the intellect to study more in various branches, in various kind of courses, they are not being attended to, sir. That's why people now are questioning the policies. Policies that have, in one point of time, been beneficial to many youths who have come from poor families. That policy is being questioned because of the lack of attention being given to our youth, sir. Sir, today, in rural development, sir, we heard from the Honorable Minister, 342 crores of pending liability for material payments. I would rather say, sir, it is a fact now that the VECs are supporting the government and not the government supporting the VECs, sir. 342 crore. Unpaid liability. Government has been harping on MGNRGA as one of the livelihood opportunities for the state. But then the reality is different. In fact, it is our vendors, our material suppliers who've been supporting the state government. Right from October, they have written to the central government, sir, till date, no reply. Sir, when we talk about NRLM and the SSGs, even though there has been an effort to try and ensure that there are more SSGs on the ground, sir, funds have not been forthcoming much. After the first installment has been released, The second installment, people keep on waiting for the second installment. Their activities are being hindered with this slow flow of funds. Our village organizations are screaming for funds. Not only that, sir, when so many SHGs are there on the ground, sir, we also have to ensure that trainings, the various capacity building programs, the skill development programs, the kind of trades that these SHGs can adopt, there should be an array of such trades and agencies who can cater to the training demands of the SHGs. As of now, after the SHG has been formed for nearly a year or two, most of them are left like that without any proper hand-holding in terms of livelihoods. They're struggling. The bank linkage is poor. Most of the SHGs have not yet understood the meaning of a cash credit account or a cash credit loan. They are yet to understand as to how the CC should be operated. Sir, just the other day we went to a news item where the government had said that the government is going to study as to why youths join militancy. Sir, this is really alarming. The first time when a government has been forced to study as to why youths are joining militancy. Sir, it seems that the government is clueless as to why this is happening. If families cannot afford education, youths drop out from their studies. Without jobs, youths will definitely be lured towards illegalities. And the illegalities that are happening across the state, sir, our youths are being lured towards all these illegal trades happening across the state because they see easy money. Youths sleep during the day and wake up during the night to join the high levels and the low levels collection. Sir, youths are running around with AK-47s, looting petrol pumps. Sir, the farmer continues to be ignored. The state government has now even allowed toll gates to be set up all across, and these toll gates are collecting fees from the poor farmers. Sir. When we tried to do a bit of research, there have only been letters coming from district council affairs to district councils and district councils back to district council affairs from DC and so on and so forth, from DC to SP, SP to DC. Nothing is happening. In spite of the fact that we all know that these toll gates are illegal, nothing has been done, sir, and these toll gates are collecting 1,000 rupees to 3,000 rupees from the farmers. Where is this money going, sir? Sir, in the health sector, much has been discussed on this floor, sir, on the plight of ASHAs, on the plight of ASHA supervisors, of really being poorly paid. What has started as a part-time job now, sir, the ASHAs on a full-time basis. Their payments are still the same. Even today the health minister has tried to fancily show a report of how payments are being made to the ASHAs. But then, sir, it's not a matter that we should all be proud of because it is their right. In fact, the wages, their compensation is too low. And during the COVID period, sir, most of the ASHAs and Anganwadis that were hospitalized, they had to pay by themselves. They had to pay by themselves. There was no help coming from the government for those who have been hospitalized. Sir, 108 services, whose efforts have been commendable, sir. And youths, they have been harassed. But then these youths have been harassed, sir. Their wages, their benefits, there is no proper place for them also. The 108 that was placed there in Umiam, where the youths had to provide their services there. They were again not giving any accommodation facility. They were pushed from pillar to post, letters written from DC to DHS, DHS to DMHO, all only in letters, no proper facilities for them to stay in. Sir, power sector continues to suffer. Huge bills that have to be paid by the poor families. Transformers that have not been replaced for months at a stretch. Education sector, sir, still suffering. SSA teachers, ad hoc schools, ad hoc colleges. Sir, by agreeing to the capping of the SSA salaries, coming down from the 90-10 basis to a 75-25 ratio, sir, I feel that the government has surrendered its federal rights. They have been bullied into accepting this capping of SSA salaries, sir, by the central government. It was a commitment made to the states, sir. How can the central government back out? Now the onus comes on the state government, and the state government now blames previous governments. This blame game won't work, sir. We should stand up for our rights. Our federal structure does not allow us to be bullied. Sir, the government has continually spoken about its efforts on improving the sector of fishery, poultry, piggery. However, the interventions that the government has put in, perhaps it comes without realizing the fact that most of the farmers are not willing to take up animal husbandry because of the cost of feed. The cost of feed is so much that every unit is suffering. And the farmers don't want to take up this activity anymore because they can't sustain. They're all running at a loss. Sir, ginger farmers have been bleeding. I've been talking in the floor of the House continuously for the 4th year now, sir, on a ginger mission. Still, nobody listens. And today, all the ginger farmers are bleeding, sir, because it is selling at 3 rupees to 4 rupees per kilo. Sir, a traffic wars continues, our parking spaces, and interestingly, sir, in the Governor's address, I saw this mention of a road from Shillong to Umroi Airport, earmarked for 50 crore. As the local representative, I'm yet to understand whether this has already been constructed, since it has been mentioned in the Governor's address, sir, or whether it is still a plan. Sir, as we speak of these challenges, sir, faced by our people, the only thing that is thriving across the state, sir, is illegal transportation, excessive overloading, illegal toll gates, drug menace. And when I tried to raise issues pertaining to coal and its the illegal transportation, I was told that these matters are sub judice, they cannot be brought on the floor of the House. Sadly, sir, the denial continues. The denial continues. The ones who are trying to raise issues of illegalities are being portrayed as traitors. The Honorable Chief Minister sought proof of illegal mining activities, sir. And sadly, sir, on the very day that the Honorable Chief Minister has sought proof, 2 more poor laborers died. Isn't that proof, sir? Isn't that enough proof, sir? How many more laborers should die, sir? Sir, one Khasi saying goes, when it comes to illegalities that is happening and operating across the state, sir. People say that we, the onlookers, are feeling ashamed rather than those crooks. It is time, sir, that we stand up and then take cognizance of all these things and accept. Because the other day, as we came to this house, sir, we suddenly saw a news that the state government has withdrawn its general consent to the CBI. Who is the state government trying to protect, sir? Why has the general consent to the CBI been withdrawn? Is the state government fearing anything, sir, coming? Sir, perhaps the Honorable High Court will be more alert to the actions and inactions of the state government, sir. And definitely, sir, appreciating all the good work done, the bad things that are happening around us, the inefficiencies, the poor governance, they should be also looked into, sir. Because as citizens, we aspire a government and a house that is responsible towards the people and towards its future. So, with these few submissions, sir, I would like to resume my seat, sir. Thank you, sir.